Welcome to Al's workshop from Bangkok, Thailand. Today we're going to drill the bolt holes in the piston block end caps. There's a little bit of planning, but we're going to use the DRO and I'm going to show you how comfortable it is to use. Okay, let's go to the planning. So these are the two items that we are going to drill. The end caps for the cylinder block. One of them is this front facing one and one of them is the end cap at the back, and this is the piston block. As you can see, there are 6 holes on a 30 PCD on both items. So we're going to use the DRO, so let's go to the DRO manual and have a look at the requirements. So the information we will have to input when we go to the DRO is the radius, the start angle, the end angle, the number of holes and the direction. Angle has 2 directions, as it says there, counterclockwise and clockwise. 0 indicates that it is counterclockwise, so we're going to use 0. So I've made a little note of my requirements. So the radius is 15mm. We're starting on the centre line in the y-axis, so it's going to be 0 angle. The end angle is going to be 300 because it will be 5 holes. We will be moving to 5 hole positions because we've drilled 1 of the 6. So 5 times 60 is 300 degrees. We have 6 number of holes, and the direction is going to be counterclockwise, which is going to be 0, and we've got 6 holes, 30 PCD at a 4mm diameter. Okay, let's go to the milling machine. So we have our workpiece in the vise, and now we're going to find the centre of the workpiece and set the DRO to 0 on our axis. So coming down on the x-axis, we've got 0, around 90 degrees, we're 0 there. And then to the z-axis, 0 there, and we got 0 there. So currently we're in the centre of the workpiece, which is held in the vise, and there are just 2 V's in the vise holding it together. So if we go to the DRO, you can X, 0, Y, 0, and that's there, that doesn't need to matter. But now we've got all the settings in place. So if we go to the steps in the manual, step 1 is to put the X and Y in 0, and then we go to step 2, which is to enter the bolt circle function. So let's go to that. As we can see, the X and Y are in 0, and if we come to this, press this, this is engaged. So we have the radius now. So what I'm going to do, it's already been preset on my my last one, so I'm going to zero that. As you can see, it's flashing, and we need to put 15 millimeters in. So I put 15 in, 1, 5, and then I press enter, and then it comes up radius, then it goes starting angle. So our starting angle is going to be 0, so I'll just zero it to show you how it works. So now it's flashing at the starting angle. So I enter 0, enter. Now it goes to the end angle, which is 300. So I'll just put that again. So then we go to start. So now I place in 300, 300, enter. And then it goes to whole number. So let's just get rid of that again. So we've got whole number, so I put 6, enter. Direction, so we want to go counterclockwise, which is 0, so I'll just press 0 again. So if I press 0 now and place enter, there we go. So now we're at the position where when I move X and Y to 0, we will be at the first all position, number 1 all. So we'll come back to that. Okay, so we have to move the X-axis to 0 to get to our first all position. So we'll just wind the milling machine X-axis till we get it to 0. Coming up to that now. It's very fine tolerance. There we go. So now we're in the first all position, so let's move to the milling machine and switch the milling machine on. And we'll bring down our first all, spot our first all. Then we move back to the DRO and we go to all number 2, which is just by pressing this. So there we go. So we've got to move the X-axis to 0. There we go. Micron. And the Y. I've gone past it, sorry. Let's move it back. Okay, I think that's okay for this purpose. We come back to the machine. And come down a good spot. Let's go. And then we come back to the arrow and we just go to number 3 by pressing this one here, up and down. And we just need to move the X-axis. The Y-axis is at 0.01, it must have moved, so we'll just rectify that. So delicate. And we move the X-axis. to 0. Because at this time it's only so accurate this. There we go, so we're into hole number 3. So we come back to the machine. Then we come back to this one here, and we come to this die here. You can see that comes up there. So then again, we've got our X to move. We'll move that to 0. Give that past it. Don't worry about that, guys. It's very accurate. Got the Y-axis to move. 0. Back a little bit. There we have hole number 4. So we come back to the machine. That should be in line with the. As you can see so far, just by looking at that, we've got the coming across and the 2 in between. So it's looking good. So come back to the machine, press that one. We've got our 5. So now, again, we're moving this. We'll bring that to 0. There we go, and then it's the 0. Come back here. Okay, that's close enough. Move back to the machine. That's looking good. One more. We move back. Go to hole number 6. And there we go again, that's 0.2, that's drifted, that should be in line there, so I'll leave that one. We'll come across here, that's the X. There we go, and we just want a tiny bit there. That's okay. Hole number 6, move back to the machine. As you can see, we've got them all nicely positioned, and so now I feel confident to put the drill through them. Okay. Let's drill them and then we'll see if they fit the piston block. So this is our finished item for today. This item is finished completely now, and it's had all its holes drilled through. So let's take it to the piston head and let's see whether they line up. So we've got the block here. Let's put that on there. We carefully turn these. As you can see, they're lining up now. There we go. They've all lined up nicely for the bolts to go through. So this will be able to be fixed to the piston block now. I hope you all enjoyed that and hope it all showed how comfortable it is to use the DRO and how accurate they are. So thanks a lot for joining me. I'll see you again on my next video.